Welcome to Fabulously Flawed, where the perfectly imperfect come to shine. Marni, along with her sensational sidekick Taylor, are the mother-daughter duo that puts the fun in dysfunction. Every episode, we unpack the chaos of mental health while sprinkling in the sass of pop culture. We're here to share stories, laughs, and lessons that remind you to embrace your quirks and to never, ever let anyone dull your sparkle. So join us as we celebrate the beauty of being fabulously flawed. Let's get real, let's get raw, and let's get ready to add a little extra shimmer to your day.
Hey, fabulous friends, fabulous people, fabulous everyone. Welcome to Fabulously Flawed. I am your host, Marni, and joining me, as always, my delicious, darling, dazzling, delightful, dainty.
No, I wanted you to introduce me. Like I kind of wanted to soak it in and not join in.
Okay. Take two. Joining me is my delicious, darling, delightful, dazzling, dainty daughter, Taylor.
I just really wanted to appreciate it in all its glory. Hello, my beautiful loves.
How's everybody doing? They can answer like we're sitting here.
Right?
Like everyone's gonna go like we're in an audience. Well, you know what? Visually, I'm manifesting it. We are filled in an audience.
Oh, we will definitely have a live show one day. We will get there 100%.
Oh, that's on my bucket list, my goals, my everything.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. You guys will totally be seeing us live.
And in person.
Yes, to be determined on the date, but it's happening.
And location.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere from Carnegie Hall to a local bingo hall, but I will be somewhere with you on stage.
Exactly.
So this episode we are calling
I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
But because most of us, whether it's Taylor Swift, who's in a league of her own, but most of us do life with a broken heart. And pat on the backs, thumbs up, fist pump to everybody who keeps going despite the heartache within. And that, I think people are closet Swifties because she brings us back to our childhood, brings us to present day. I thought of you immediately. Like I raised you, but with such a broken heart.
Yeah.
Forgetting anything that happened with Dad.
Oh, I love how thanks for making that change.
Oh, totally. So my whole life has been doing things with a broken heart. Now my heart is in the shape of a disco ball because I put it back together. And,
I love that.
Right? Well, part of our wall art, our collection, instead of saying it at the end, I'm going to say it in the beginning, Fabulously Flawed with 2ds.net on Etsy. We have...
No, you keep...
What?
She introduces it wrong. It's Fabulously Flawed with 2ds.net takes you to our Etsy. It's not Fabulously Flawed with 2ds.net on Etsy.
I'm such a dingling, but I'm looking at our canvas art right now with the heart-shaped pink disco ball, and I'm like, that is me.
I know, it literally is the epitome of Marni and everything that she represents, and others too.
Everyone that keeps going.
Are for everyone.
Literally. I mean, it's just, I go through the store and I think of myself as a customer looking through other things, like if your child's getting ready to go to college, or if you're moving in your own apartment, or you're just want to just for any occasion.
Right, of course, yeah.
And
anything.
so I'm looking through things and I'm putting them in my box, thinking out of the box, like it's not my store. Oh my gosh, Tay, I want every product. And not because it's mine, but because it's just such fun things you would never see anywhere else.
And you're doing or selling the right products when the owner or, whatever is truly in love with the products that they sell, which is you. It's just exactly. We truly love the stuff we sell.
Because it's us. I'm looking at another pink canvas we have that says think positive, be positive. Yeah. And it's just, you look at it every day and these little affirmations are such reminders. But before I get into doing it with a broken heart, when we were talking about audience, it made me think of The Price is Right, because I just have to give my little story about Drew Carey and how much we love him and how cringeworthy. So sometimes at night, Taylor and I watch, or I'm watching and you'll come in with me, The Price is Right, the Barker eras, just because I'm just so fascinated what it was like in 1980, just how the whole world has changed.
I love it. I love
even
watching that.
When it was the car, it was 4 numbers years. Today, like on prime time Price is Right, you had a 6-figure car. I mean, so it has changed completely.
Oh, yeah.
But the Bob Barker era was also very cringeworthy because he's a friggin' perv, okay? I am watching it and we are looking at each other. When he looked at that lady, he goes, wow, you came up here like a nice looking prize. And
oh God, I would literally look at my mom like, this would never, ever fly today.
Right?
Like it was
so cringe.
Yeah, so cringe and creepy and like
gross. Ooh, but
please
now
be the TV host. Don't hit on these women on national television.
Right? So, I mean, these women threw themselves at Bob Barker, but still, he was just the inappropriate comments.
That doesn't give him the right to be gross. They were throwing at him because they were on TV and he was famous. That's not because they wanted,
I have to give now my shout out to whoever hired Drew Carey because one, he's so real. Okay.
Yeah, he's the
so
best
real.
host. Yeah.
Number 2, he ends every friggin' show after Have Your Pet Spayed or Neutered, which was Bob Barker's thing. But after that, he tells everyone to take care of your mental health. Your mental health is important. I love you all. Take care of yourself. And I want to hug him.
No, he gives the best outro message. The best.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen on like a television show where they're like, take care of your mental health. They never ever are.
In fact, they go,
which is wild. I don't know why. At the end of every single TV show, you know how like when you watch some like dramas and they're, you know,
they'll say contact if
and
you're
it's an intense episode. They'll be like, you know, if you know
rape
anyone,
hotline, God forbid.
Exactly.
Poo, poo, poo.
I don't know why. Even after a funny, I don't know,
anything,
a funny comedy show that's, you know, I don't even know what's on cable anymore. But there should always be a message at the end about resources for help.
Do you know what? When I watch the news, they'll say things like this. They're like, if you know someone that's struggling, call 988. And back to you, Sam. Like, but what 988? What's that? I'm struggling. What is this?
I know.
So people have to understand that one, it's a confidential, completely. You can text, call. You could be in a severe crisis, God forbid, borderline suicidal, or you could be having panic attacks and need someone to talk to. They are there.
You know who I have to shout out? Criminal Minds. The new Criminal Minds at the end of their episode had the 988 hotline.
Do they?
Yep.
After every episode?
I don't know. It was only that one that I had watched. It's the new season that just came out a few weeks ago. And they had the first time I'd ever seen the 988 message broadcasted.
I'm still blown away listening to Joe and Arizona, because that's who they are to me. They're not Jessica Capshaw, you know, and
Camila Luddington, yeah.
Yes, thank you. But they were talking about how she just got on Zoloft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I talk about it like it's the weather, like for years. Like, oh, hi, how are you? Okay, if I'm talking fast right now, it's my social anxiety.
Yeah.
And I was diagnosed at 47 with ADHD.
Yeah, she said she was sick of going through every day with heart palpitations.
Because why, people? Why on earth, if there's something you could take to make you not feel that heaviness and that darkness or whatever it is, why? Why would anybody not take it?
We are very pro-medication here at Fabulously Flawed because we know firsthand how truly life-changing it is. Like, it just, I could never go through life without my antidepressants.
Oh my gosh. You know, how I lived without it, because when I wake up in the morning sometimes and before I take my medication,
you're such a bitch.
I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
I am. I'm not going to attribute it to just being morning. I just think I'm not medicated.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
No, it's not just morning, because everyone is like cranky in the morning. You kind of take it too.
I know. It's just like, leave me alone. Don't talk to me until, you know, you hear my Adderall kick in. And you know, once that starts peaking, because it's extended release.
Right, yeah.
But going back to our title, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Now, okay, we are not Swifties. We're regular. I mean, we're not Taylor Swift. We are regular people who have to function day to day despite the broken heart.
Well, let me just say, if anything, she's got it hard. Okay, listen, people will say, how does she have it harder? She's a billionaire. She has
nothing to do with it.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'm just, you know, playing devil's advocate. I honestly think she almost has it harder than the average Joe, because she has to put on such a facade. Well, that's what the whole song I Can Do It With a Broken Heart is about, faking her happiness for the world.
Lights, camera, smile. Wait, lights, camera, bitch, smile.
Even when you want to die.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's literally, that's
so I think it's almost, when
it's so empowering listening to her say
all
it.
eyes are on Taylor Swift at all times. So I feel like, it was almost even more difficult for her to conceal her.
I couldn't get off the bathroom floor to go Publix and go food shopping. And iconic, beautiful, poetic angel of our world.
Oh, I like the way you just described her. All those adjectives were right on par.
Because she's my best friend and we've had talks. So again, Mama Swift, it's Mama Kelsey, but can we call her Mama Swift too? Is that what we can call her? Because I just want to hug her.
I know. She just have this warm aura.
Both of them. I'll take a Kelsey or a Swiftie and just group hug them because those moms are so nice and normal. I come from is opposite, is black and white. It is those kind of moms to what I had.
Pretty
so I crave that mommy hug.
And I think that Taylor, I really think that she's super brave for like kind of writing this whole song about being so depressed and whatever and faking a smile. I think it's just...
It shows we all do it.
Right. Oh my God. It kind of opens up the conversation a little more around it. And while it's not like the deepest thing she's ever written, that song, it's, if anything on the album, it's the most like upbeat poppy one. But the lyrics are so... sad. Like she was really depressed. And
I'm in the
Taylor Swift she's kind of known to do that. She'll have like these fun beats, these fun beats,
and then she rips your heart out.
And the lyrics are like, damn.
Well, it's interesting. I'm obsessed with my Swiftie over 50 group because I was just saying, like, it taps into things that we didn't realize were there. And people, when they read my book, they're like, oh my God, I didn't want to have to go back to my narcissistic mother days, or I didn't realize I was abandoned. But it's so, you have to feel it to heal it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yes. The first step in any healing process is acknowledging that you need to heal.
And most people are going through life with their suppressed emotions, compartmentalizing it. And sometimes they don't even realize when they're triggered and when they snap, Dad's driving, we can't talk when this song comes on, or whatever it may be. Everyone has their own triggers, but not aware where they're coming from, why they have them. And that is the key to healing. So you can now avoid those things that you don't realize give you these outbursts or sadness. I mean, here's a random thing, Tay. I was watching the news the other day, and this beautiful reporter used to do the Jacksonville morning NBC News as the, morning anchor, and just love her. Now she came to Miami. So when I saw her anchoring the news the other day, it brought me back to Jacksonville, and I was instantly disgusted.
Yeah.
And you could have asked me a question. Dad could have needed anything. The phone would have been ringing. And I was just zoned out thinking of that house where I sat watching her in the morning. So they're the most tiniest things can be triggersome.
I know. And that's why, guys, like if you feel that, like if you've been through hard times or like you're going through something, like I think it's really important to take a moment every day to like acknowledge, okay, this is upsetting me, this has upset me. And then when you're aware of it and you're going through life, then you can handle things better. Like, I don't know if I'm making sense.
I'll tell you what you can do. You can start peeling it off like a layer of an onion. Okay, I get upset. I think I've used this analogy before, but I'm going to use the same one. I get upset every time my husband goes to play golf. Okay, he comes home and I am enraged. Now you ask yourself again, why is that? Because I wish he would be with me on Saturday. Maybe he should have known not to go every Saturday. He's not a mind reader. Maybe now let's peel another layer back. Let's talk to my husband and tell him, or significant other, or whatever it may be. Maybe we can compromise, maybe every other Saturday. So when you can start peeling those layers and understanding those behaviors, look, I'm walking proof. People, it works. I went again, I had fake depression where you would never know, where I'm the life of the party. And then
no, not fake depression. You concealed your depression.
Concealed my depression. Thank you. Nobody
your
would know.
Your depression was very much real.
Oh, yes, it was.
Let's not use the word fake because
that's the wrong word. I don't know where that came from. Concealed it very, very well. Because people were because I am a bubbly person at nature, but that doesn't mean a bubbly personality does not equate a broken soul.
No, it does not equate to happiness, you mean. A bubbly personality does not equate to happiness.
Thank you so much, my girl, who keeps me in line.
I know.
I love it. I don't know if it's part menopause or just getting older, or just natural brain fog or one too many gummies. I don't know, something there. But thank you, my love, for keeping me grounded.
Yes, of course. Of course. That's what I'm here for. And I think that the worst thing that humans can do is suppress their emotions and their feelings.
The worst.
That's got to be one of the top 3 like worst things you could do for yourself.
Especially, let's say you live with someone in your family and you're so mad at them, you're walking around with that, you can't look at them and not talk to them. Now the tension in the house, it's terrible. Or if you're upset with someone and you don't feel like talking about it right now. No, you need to let someone know why you're upset and communicate, because they may be on their side. They're like, oh my God, that was not my intention. I called you because I thought you would be home at 3. I would never not call you. Just random stuff like that. But it's the communication that is so, so important. And that's just part of the awareness. People are not mind readers.
Yep. And also now kind of shifting back into I can do it with a broken heart.
Oh, yes.
I think that, like, as you said at the beginning of the episode, that everyone in the world is kind of going through
battling
life,
something within.
Something with a broken heart. And I just want to say, like, if you are feeling especially down, you are not alone, and that you can continue to live your life. Just make those small alterations so that you aren't mentally drowning or feel suffocating in your own emotions. Like, if you know that you are especially anxious, for the next few weeks, you have something coming up and it's been really tough to kind of go through the motions
getting ready
of life.
To go to college.
Yeah, just whatever it may be, like, really take time for yourself, use resources online, on social media, whatever, to figure out how to navigate these tough emotions while still, not restricting yourself to life and still living life the way.
Tweak your mental health now before it gets to the dark side.
Yes, before it gets too severe where you are really down.
You go to the dentist twice a year. You go to the doctor for physicals. And it's crazy because you can't get into public schools or without vaccination proofs as babies. The world needs to now say you can't get into elementary school till we know you've learned ABC. I love me. That should be the new thing.
I know,
because it comes from
They really should be teaching
mandatory
self-love and mental health stuff from literally age 5. I'd say until you can kind of 4 or 5 when you start to kind of what's the word, soak in information and
I would love to go interview
retain information. Thank you. Yes,
I would love to go ask little 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds what they love about themselves and let them know they're special, unique. And
you got to start it from a young age. You got to implement it in their brains from the second that they could start to I said, retain any sort of information. Please, it's just important to know that, like, there's 365 days in a year. The sky is blue, the grass is green, and you love yourself. I think it's just
it's funny. I want to go back.
Of utmost importance.
The one thing that really, really, really fucking pisses me off, not the fact that people are more concerned about abortions and not mental health for everybody, but that 28-year-old girl that chose to euthanize herself because of depression. Tay, at 28, I had maybe 150,000 reasons why I didn't want to be here. I kept going, and
28 is
too young. Look, at my whole life is just.
Child.
First of all, my life is starting now. I would not have had you. So life is supposed to go through the difficult times, but understanding how to navigate and walk through those trenches during the difficult times is the healing.
Yes, because everyone is going to go through those difficult times.
We have to. It's
inevitable. It's inevitable. Your life is never going to be perfect sunshines and rainbows. Unfortunately, the world is too fucked up for us to.
There's hurricanes, there's blizzards, there's floods. That's part of Mother Nature, and that is like our life, but they don't stay forever.
Yes. Oh, I like that analogy that there are.
Do you realize I impress you every day with my analogies, which I love? I hope at least one listener is thinking, oh, I like that analogy, and take it with them and use it, and it actually works.
That's all we could ever ask for. You have instilled so much wisdom, and like, I listen to myself as I speak, and I'm like, I give some pretty good advice.
You do.
And it's a lot of it comes from you and what you've taught me, and it all in what you learned. Like, I think that
I wouldn't change a thing of my heartache and troubles and trauma and rock bottom basement and their basement and hell and back. I've been to hell and back so much they've given me my own lane. I'm not even in a carpool lane. They're like, just go, Marni.
The express lane.
The express lane to hell. And then they're like, go back. So, but I'm still standing. I'm still sparkling.
It is. And it's really awesome for me to live and constantly surround myself with a survivor. Like, I see it firsthand how much education and awareness on your mental illnesses has changed you. And I'm really glad that I could take that and share it with the world. I mean, with you, obviously, but speaking of my own personal experiences, because I am so fortunate enough to say, knock on wood, and I hope I never, feel the darkness that you felt. I'm, blessed enough to say that while I do struggle with, really bad anxiety and OCD, depression is something I've never really had to struggle with. And I'm grateful that I can still give.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
I traumatized you a lot that it did leave some sort of depression.
PTSD. I wouldn't say though that I'm depressed.
No.
I know the symptoms of depression. I wouldn't say I'm depressed, but I'm saying that because I have not firsthand experience that myself, but someone so close to me that I can take these real life experiences and give people advice without being the one that was
I hear you.
So
You're
dark.
like my understudy.
Exactly. But while I have feelings of depression, sometimes I wouldn't say that I am clinically depressed.
No,
but that's okay. I've got a slew of other things.
Oh my gosh!
Me.
Do you know that every disorder there is, I have? Other than bipolar, which is the weirdest thing, I have everything else. But let me just talk how the world works. And we were in New York 2 years ago, and wherever I go, I leave my book, just random places. We left it on the train. We left it at the airport. We left it around the Hamptons. Anywhere, I will leave my book because you never know who's going to read it.
Yeah, and listen to this, guys.
Okay, so this wonderful, adorable girl, Brooke, started following me, and she told me she read my book. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Just never really thought much of it.
This is the Brooke that my mom interviewed last week, by the way.
Oh, sorry. That's
okay.
So last week, now that I'm coming back to myself, I've been kind of taking time to heal and not feeling myself to want to interview, but now I have my mojo. And so because she is an actress, she is a comedic actress. She read my book. She teaches children how to audition, everything I believe. She posts motivations, and she followed me and read my book. So I'm like, I have to interview you. So when I'm talking to her, I said, by the way, how did you find my book? And she was like, I found it in Long Island, East Long Island, in front of a church. And I was like, hey, remember we were by that church? We left it on the train there. So someone took the book and left it. Brooke picked it up, read it, followed me, and I just interviewed her.
How cool is that we leave the books around in the event everywhere that someone actually reads it and contacts you. And it happened.
And I love her so much.
It's so cool to me.
Right? I need to interview her more.
Yeah.
Because that was just my first time interviewing Brooke. And there's so much more I want to talk about because she's so talented.
Yeah.
And she was cracking me up, and she's just delicious.
We can have her on the show anytime.
Yeah, we need to do something like what's a B word for Brooke?
Beautiful Brooke, but bubbly Brooke?
No, something with Brooke, books and Brooke,
Oh, I see what I'm thinking of adjectives
like
to
bagels with
her.
Brooke, we'll meet for coffee, something like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. We'll come up with something cute, guys. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, a segment with her. Exactly.
Oh no, you deserve a segment, Brooke, because first of all, you found my book, you read my book, you followed me, and
I mean, that is seriously, you don't understand.
It's like a rom-com.
Yeah. It's so touching too that you actually resonated with her so much and was so inspired, and whatever that you contacted the author. And I think that is so remarkable and awesome. And we love and appreciate all that you've done for us.
But it's funny. I still, when I hear people tell me I inspire them, it's like it goes right through me because I have been bred my whole life to be worthless. So the fact that I'm actually doing something.
It breaks my heart every time you say that, Mom, because you are so special. You have a heart of gold. I have never met someone as empathetic and compassionate and kind and caring as you truly. And I have met a lot of people in my day, and I am scared for the future of humanity because people are so awful, but you, my dear, are so amazing. I say this, often on the show. I really hype you up, but I think that maybe I don't tell you enough off
I know
the
how
show,
you
but
feel. I know how you feel deep down. And as you've gotten older, you've understood. And
my God, so much. My frontal lobe is almost developed. So
I love it.
Gotta cut me some slack for maybe not really understanding before I was young. I was a kid.
Of course, and nor should you have understood those things. I mean, it's pretty heavy, deep stuff that we go through. And if you want to feel better, if you're going through deep stuff, check out our store. I have to push it again.
Another promo. And just because you may be confused, all you have to do is go into Google and type in Fabulously Flawed, 2 Ds at the end, .net.
And it'll take you right to my store.
Right to the Etsy store. Or if you're already on Etsy, just type in Fabulously Flawed with 2 Ds and you'll see our store, our little pink logo that says Fabulously Flawed. You'll know you're in the right place.
Yeah,
trust
we
me.
don't blend. We are the Elle Woods of everything. We are the Elle Woods of Etsy ads. We are the Elle Woods.
And I love that, so much about ourselves. I've always been, when I was younger, I was way more out there. And then I kind of concealed myself a little bit. But now I'm I'm kind of want to put myself out there more again. I don't know.
Do you know what it is? Let me rephrase it. You used to say everything about your life, what you were doing. What you're trying to say, I think, is that being outspoken about your quirks, you're this, you're that, it's no big deal anymore.
Yes, thank you. Okay, yes, you pretty much
sum that up.
Yes, thank you for that. Exactly.
Every cat knows her kitten.
Yeah, just like every kitten knows her cat.
That's true.
We say
know
that
each
to
other.
each other often so well because I'll say something to you and my mom will always be like, "Oh my God, you're so right, Tay. You know me." I'm like, just like you say, every cat knows her kitten, every kitten knows her cat.
Oh my gosh. So I hope everybody that's listening has a fabulous day. To remember to never, ever, ever let anybody dull your sparkle.
And please, please don't suppress your emotions. Find that one. If you don't have anyone to talk to, 988, it's free. It's free. You don't have to spend a penny.
Set your timer, 10 minutes, let it all out. Get a punching bag. Go
Which
outside.
is great, but sometimes you need to talk to someone.
Oh, no.
Which
in
is
addition.
why I was, in addition. Yes, in addition. There's no, one way to do something that you
no.
could do a million things to heal yourself. Please actually do everything you can.
Every second of the day, I'm trying to figure out a way to improve myself. And just put yourself, guys, in that peace bubble and never, ever, 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 ever let anyone burst that. We love you so much. Thank you for listening.
Truly, from the bottom of our hearts.
Sending you so much love and peace. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Fabulously Flawed. Remember, we drop new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, so be sure to subscribe and never miss a moment of this dazzling duo. Craving more sparkle? Head over to fabulouslyflawed.com for exclusive content, episode archives, and more. And don't forget to check out Fabulously Flawed on Etsy for tons of amazing products that are sure to brighten your day. Be sure to follow us on socials to keep the conversation going and become a part of our Fabulously Flawed family. Until then, keep embracing your beautiful imperfections and remember, never let anyone dull your sparkle.